Hello, and welcome to CKLA's second edition Updates and Enhancements for Tulsa Public Schools, Teachers in Grades K through 5. I'm your presenter today, and my name is Jamie Klistic. I work as the Associate Director of Professional Development Partnerships on Team CKLA. Today I'm going to walk you through some new updates, some information that will be helpful for you to know from first edition to second edition, as well as some back-to-school enhancements for 2020. Let's take a look at today's session objectives. First, we're going to identify the enhancements that make Amplify CKLA second edition materials high quality. We're also going to discover ways to improve teacher and student experiences using your available resources. We're going to locate the CKLA second edition resources for immediate use. And we're also going to locate the new back-to-school enhancements that are now available for second edition users. Let's dive into the enhancements that will help improve instruction. One of the things we want you to know is that Amplify grounds our students in background knowledge through content. You'll see that students have opportunities to experience literary text as well as engaging science and social studies text. You will also see that not only do we grow background knowledge across pre-K to 5, but it also continues into grades 6 through 8 in our middle school ELA program. We're built around the science of reading and have a strong emphasis on using content to provide our students with rich background knowledge through word and world exposure. Our product team used data and feedback to move our second edition in grades 3 through 5 into an integrated Strand approach. We took the oral language components and the foundational skills pieces and combined them into a single strand while adding and adjusting the content. You'll see that CKLA grows with students from learning to read to reading to learn. K2 still has a focus on knowledge. The knowledge strand in K2 in second edition replaces the listening and learning strand that you know from first edition. We also have made some slight content adjustments in K2 as well as unit adjustments in grades 3 through 5. As first edition customers, you'll notice that there have been some beautiful new exteriors that actually have a storyline that plays out across both the skills and the knowledge strand. If you lay them out side by side beside each other, you'd actually see how the storyline plays out with these images. In grades 3 through 5, we highlight images on the covers that focus on the upper grade content. You'll also notice in second edition that we've made some updates to the interior design. You'll see that the interior design highlights instructional paths for teachers. We have guided listening supports that are also now embedded into instruction, and lessons at a glance and advanced preparation that are routed in supporting our teachers. You'll see that we have some teacher planning tools as well. In grades K through 5, teacher planning was streamlined and now includes a digital planning guide at every grade level. This is a really great feature that helps standards and looking at standards that are addressed daily within the planner, which is a great help to teachers as they're planning day to day and week to week to ensure standards are being covered. You'll also notice that we've updated some lesson structure. One of the most welcome changes from teachers that we've heard of is that we've now aligned fewer lesson objectives. We've honed into the primary focus objectives of each lesson and assessment. This helps teachers and leaders to understand what is being taught, and if the students have truly had a solid understanding of what they've been exposed to and what has been explicitly taught. An additional lesson structure that's been updated is that there are now checks for understanding built into every CKLA lesson. Teachers can now gauge in the moment learning, tell what kids are getting, and teachers immediately now have concepts to clarify or ways to pull additional material into small groups for additional learning opportunities. You'll see that we also have some embedded in-lesson supports. There are additional teacher supports that are now provided in every single lesson. You'll see gray sidebar supports, and in these sidebar supports, you'll notice that you'll see something that says support or challenge. This is embedded differentiation for those who need it. These add to teacher ideas and provide ways to either stretch our students who need some additional support or challenge some students who need some additional support on the other side. You'll also see these embedded supports that are focused for our English language learner students. When you see the raised hand icon, these have been specifically written for our L students in mind, or students who need additional support with language acquisition. These supports were created for L students, however, they end up being really great supports for many students in need of additional support around language. You'll also see that we have some additional supports around universal access and digital components. We have components that are provided to help support teachers and save teachers time and can be found in the advanced preparation section of the teacher guide. Universal access is written for teachers to help all students access material and content. Our teacher resource site for 2nd edition has been given a major overhaul and includes lots of amazing resources at your fingertips to both help with planning and daily instruction, as well as additional enhancements that you can add into your daily instruction. I'll share more grade level instructional materials in a moment, but before doing so, please know that we have a live chat feature that you'll find in the bottom right-hand corner of the teacher resource site, and we also have live support from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, available to help you with all of your CKLA needs, both technology and pedagogical support. Let's dive a little deeper now into our CKLA K2 skills approach to teaching foundational skills and focus on the improvements we hit upon in our 2E for skills. Teachers in kindergarten really wanted our students to have access to text a little bit earlier. We've designed a rebus reader that focuses on the CKLA tricky words that starts much earlier in the year. We also launched a multimedia sound library that focuses for our 44 sounds that match our 150 spellings with a sounds-first approach. The first edition is the individual sound clips. We also have articulation videos, which demonstrates a child's mouth moving and the spelling of the sound as well as the movement of the mouth. We also have really cute and catchy songs that accompany each of the sounds as a fun way to engage students and connect them back to their skills instruction and learning. Let's take a look at the sound library now so you can see these great enhancements for the K2 Skills Strand in action.
The CKLA Sound Library contains resources to help K-2 students sharpen their pronunciation skills. All the files in the Sound Library are available here on the Multimedia page. You can quickly filter them by grade level, or you can search by letter for the exact sound you need. You'll also find the files for each skills unit in the grade level materials. Just go to the page for the unit you want and scroll down. Each item in the sound library has 3 components. There's the audio file, which just plays the sound. There's the animation. Each of these shows how the sound can be written using letters, gives a simple word that uses that sound, and shows an example of a kid articulating the word with their mouth. Your class can follow along with these.
Tiger.
And there are these sound songs.
The thing about a song, if you think about it, it's kind of like a finger, but it sticks out a bit.
You can play any of these resources in your browser, or you can tap the gear to download the sound and song files to play on your own devices, for example, on your sound system at home during your next big dance party.
Let's examine this box, count the
So,
sides.
take some time to explore the sound library and find your new favorite jam.
Except for the top.
As you can see, there's some really great enhancements with the sound library. Please know that these enhancements are not listed in your teacher guides for 2nd edition. These are additional enhancements that you can use to fill in some gaps during your K2 skills instruction for students. Let's continue with some new lesson content for K2 skills. In each of our K2 skills lessons, teachers will find additional supports that reinforce instruction from each day's skills lesson. This provides additional at-bats for students who need reinforcement or additional practice, as well as wonderful activities that can be utilized for small group instruction. Let's move into our knowledge strand for our K2 and some of the awesome updates that we've made for 2nd edition, formerly known in 1st edition as the listening and learning strand. We start off domains with a knowledge builder video to kick off domains. It helps also to activate background knowledge and comes with teacher guides. Let's take a look now to learn a little bit more about knowledge builders. Knowledge builders are domain-based animated videos for grades K through 2 that further student engagement and build students' background knowledge on Amplify CKLA domains and topics. Knowledge builders introduce students to exciting characters, places, and concepts. These videos should be used alongside the domain introduction, as they introduce each unit or domain, activating content and vocabulary knowledge, supporting reading comprehension, and generating student engagement. Each domain includes a video overview, and a downloadable guide and activity page. The video guide provides teachers with a variety of collaborative ideas for them to use with their class. The student activity pages can be completed as a class, in small groups, or for independent practice. Let's take a look at this video that provides an overview of Amplify CKLA Knowledge Builders.
Knowledge builders are short, fun, animated videos designed to introduce the CKLA knowledge domains, as well as key concepts and vocabulary, to students who may be experiencing them for the first time.
What you shouldn't touch.
And let's not forget, we're also here to have fun. Knowledge builder videos use humor and smart storytelling to engage students and to help them fall in love with learning. We recommend using knowledge builders in just that way, when you're just beginning a new CKLA domain. Each knowledge builder video is located on the CKLA teacher resource site. Just go to the multimedia page where you'll find knowledge builders along with other teacher resources. Once you're on the knowledge builders landing page, scroll down to find your grade and your domain. There's also a search function to quickly find the exact video you're looking for. You can use knowledge builders to give students a quick overview of the domain, including key terms and concepts, as well as insight into the importance of what they're learning about. You can also use knowledge builders in many other ways that support students' learning. In the middle of a domain to emphasize key ideas, or at the end of a domain to review information students may have missed. It's up to you. Each video also comes with teacher resources. You'll find these on each Knowledge Builder video page, just below the video. Click to open the guides, which you can read, download, or print. The video guides provide discussion questions and other activities to help bring the domain into the classroom. Each video guide is organized into different categories. There are discussion questions, challenge questions, and experiments, writing prompts, physical activities to get students moving, and longer-term projects. You can use any or all of these depending on your teaching style or your class's needs. Some of the video guides include activity pages, which we've also provided. These give students practical projects to work on to help them engage with the content. Projects may include construction projects like building a nursery rhyme cube or using salt and ancient Egyptian know-how to turn an apple into a mummy. There's one video per domain, and in the CKLA program, background knowledge builds and connects as students move through the grades. Students will appreciate learning more about where the topics you introduced today may go tomorrow. So don't be afraid to explore. With knowledge builders, you never know what you might learn.
There's no end to what you might find. Oh, hey, wait!
Let's take a look at the Knowledge Builder content video guides that were shared in the video on the previous slide. This is an example of one of the guides that goes along with our Knowledge Builder videos that teachers find really useful, and it helps continue to get students immersed in the content and excited about the domain that they are going to dive into. I also wanted to share with you in grades K1 and 2, we have trade book collections. This is new content and new materials that have been updated for 2nd edition. These trade book collections help to provide teachers with enhancements and alignment within the knowledge domains. These books can be found in your school or local libraries, online, and also available for purchase at places like Barnes & Noble and Amazon. You'll find a trade book and teacher guide for the trade book in every single domain. Let's shift gears a little bit to learn more about how grades 3 through 5 connect, and also the enhancements from first edition to second edition for these grades. Let's take a look at some new content added for third grade. Every unit in grade 3 has now become integrated. We took the skills strand and took the listening and learning strand from first edition and merged them together to create the integrated strand for third grade. There are still read alouds built in as we understand how important and critical this skill is for third grade, so listening is still a very important piece. We also took some of the focuses on the foundational skills and now integrated them, and so now they are all immersed within the one strand at third grade. Another great addition to grade 3 is the Viking's Quest. It's an entire classroom interactive experience that kids can really get into and provide some hands-on learning. We also have some new content at fourth grade. As you can see in fourth grade, we've also added a writing quest called the Contraption. It's a great and really fun way for kids to get involved that focuses on language and creative writing skills. Fourth grade also starts with a new unit in Unit 1 that's called a Personal Narrative Unit. Additional content for grade 5 is similar to grade 4. We've added a quest and another unit. In grade 5, we've started with the Unit 1 as a personal narrative unit, and we've also added an additional unit at the end, the last unit, called Chemical Matters. The robot is the 5th grade writing quest, which helps to motivate students and improve overall writing skills. Another thing we provided on the teacher research site are essential questions and prompts. These questions and prompts help with content knowledge and personal connections within the text. Questions, prompts, and activities also can be found in the teacher guides. I see teachers right now using these additional writing prompts that are now text-connected prompts and are really great for assessment connections too. It's really important for our students to have writing that's connected back to text versus more random or independent writing prompts that aren't connected to text. So these are really a great help for teachers, helping connect their students back to text from the readers from each unit in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I also wanted to let you know that we now have Spanish readers for grades 3, 4, and 5. This is where the content becomes much more accessible to students, and you can find these Spanish readers online. Novel guides are also a new addition for teachers and students in these grades 3, 4, and 5. We've had a lot of feedback from teachers that they were looking for an opportunity to continue to engage with students in additional types of novels outside of the core instruction. These are great for literature circles, small groups, or independent practice for students, where the novel guides were then created and can be shared with students. Each grade has 2 novel guides, and teachers can choose to create them in a variety of ways and use them with students as they see fit. I also wanted to share with you the vocabulary app. This is a new addition to grades 3, 4, and 5 and allows teachers to assign an adaptive and independent practice vocabulary application. The vocabulary they will see are connected to their domain vocabulary, which will see and use within their readers, and then are also reinforced within the app. Exposure and practice of the vocabulary provides students to apply into their reading. There's a teacher stat page dashboard to get to see how students are performing and can adjust word lists as needed. Supports and scaffolds are embedded within the app to provide students with their just right fit and just right fit need. We also have provided an online edition, which are designed by lesson slides around vocabulary and language topics. You can see in the scope and sequence here that it's not necessarily outlined by skills or domain, but more by grade level and topics across grades. Before we move into some of the new back-to-school enhancements for 2020, let's take a few minutes to get acquainted with the teacher resource site and some of the materials for K-5 I've already shared with you so you know where to find them and how to use them. I know I've shared a lot of information with you on the changes and updates from first edition to second edition, and I really appreciate you all hanging in there with me. Before we wrap up for today, I wanted to share with you a few new enhancements that Amplify CKLA has released for our back-to-school 2020 school year. We have an amazing new CKLA Hub that houses all of our multimedia resources. In here, you'll find knowledge builders, the sound library, and student readers for grades K through 2. In the vocabulary app, student reader, and Spanish readers for grades 3 through 5. These have been developed based on teacher feedback and also allow students to access all of these great resources at home. Let's watch a quick video so you can see what the CKLA Hub experience will be like for both teachers and your students.
Hello? Oh, hello out there. You look friendly. It's nice to see a friendly face. I'm CK2. I was exploring this program and I got lost. But I found lots of exciting things. Come on, let me show you around. This is the home screen. It connects you to all the other rooms. The theater, the sound library, and the library. Let's go to the theater first. So I found all these movies in here to watch. They seem like they're about stories and history and all sorts of scientific knowledge. Tap the button in the center to watch one. And these buttons change the video to something else. I think there are even more videos. You can explore too by tapping these arrows. Let's go back home by tapping here. Next I'll show you the sound library. It's through here. I found all these cards in here. Each one has a sound on it. Tap to take a closer look. See? You can tap this button to just hear the sound. And you can tap this button to watch a video about the sound. And I heard strange voices coming from this button. Almost like singing. I wonder what they are. Maybe you'd like to check it out later and see? When you're done looking at a card, you can tap here to go back to the sound library. There are even more sound cards than you can see. Some are down here, and you can find others by tapping here. There's another room I want to show you. Let's go back home, quick. The last room I found is the library. It's through here. It's full of books, see? I'm a kid robot, and I'm still learning how to read. So I like to hang out here a lot. There are more books down here, too. Oh, here's the book I just started. Tap on it to get a closer look. You can turn the pages by tapping here and here. You can look at the progress bar to see how far along you are with the book. I can read most of the words myself, but sometimes it's nice for someone to read to me. If you like that too, tap here, and someone will read to you too. If you miss a word, tap here to start the page over. If you want to look at other chapters, there's a table of contents here, so you can always find your place. When you're done reading, put the book back on the shelf by tapping here. Great. That's all I found so far. Let's go back home. Remember, you can always go home by tapping here. Did you like it? Did you have fun? I hope so. It feels nice to help a friend, so thanks for letting me do that. If you ever want me to show you around again, just tap me up there. Bye.
Hopefully that gave you a great overview of the CKLA Hub and how important it will be to have access for students at home as well as your teachers in the classroom. The next thing I wanted to share with you is a site that's called the Foundational Skills Boost. The Foundational Skills Boost are educator-led explicit video lessons to support unfinished learning from the spring of 2020. Teachers will have access to 9 weeks of instruction from the grade prior for grades 1, 2, and 3. These can be used in a remote setting, with students independently working through modules, in a small group synchronous setting with a teacher, or in a whole group in-class setting if all students are in need of the instruction. The Foundational Skills Boost should take place in addition to grade level instruction and should be an additional 20 to 30 minutes of literacy instruction added to the day. The Foundational Skills Boost should not take the place of grade level instruction. You can access these Boost module videos from the Professional Learning site or from the direct website, ckla.amplify.com/skillsboost. I also wanted to share with you that we have K1 and 2 knowledge read-alouds that are available now. These recorded daily read-alouds are for teachers and students and provide access to the video recordings of all K-2 knowledge read-alouds with pictures from the flipbooks. Domains 1, 2, and 3 are currently available, with all domains being available on a rolling basis. Links to YouTube that can be shared for home access or for remote learning are easily added also to Google Classrooms or Google Sites. Teachers can access read-alouds on the CKLA Professional Learning site under Remote and Hybrid Learning Instructional Resources and by scrolling to K2 read-alouds. We also have editable student activity books for K2 Knowledge and the 3-5 integrated strands. These student activity books are for the knowledge domains and will be available as fillable PDF files and are also found on the CKLA Professional Learning site. Teachers can download to share the files, and students will be able to type directly into the text boxes, save, and reshare with teachers. You'll see that the bluish-purple on the screen are highlighted sections, and these are both examples of where students would be able to type directly back into the documents and then share back with teachers for feedback. We also have some family support that's available. The first one I wanted to share with you today is called Skills at Home. Skills at Home provides grade-level foundational skills guidance for parents, which includes instructions and materials to teach and practice grade-level phonics at home. The resources include sound videos, the student readers, and how-to videos with editable instructions that teachers can customize to meet individual classroom needs. You can even find a downloadable doc with Skills at Home to share with parents to help make sure they know how to log into the CKLA Hub. The Amplify CKLA's Caregiver Hub provides tools and resources in both English and Spanish to help families and guardians navigate the program with their children. Please share both of these resources freely with your families. I know we've shared quite a few resources with all of you today and want to make sure that you have a one-pager, a one-stop shop of where to access everything after today's session. So after today's session, you will have this presentation as a resource to save and print or as a resource to reference as you begin to prepare for back to school. When you get a copy of this presentation, please make sure to come back to this page, as this page has an external link which will take you to the file so you can download this one-pager as a resource and print out as needed. One of the last things I wanted to share with you is the CKLA PD resource page, which provides quick access to our CKLA resources for different stages of implementation for teachers and leaders. Right now, the site is currently available, and we're providing updates to the site on a weekly basis every Friday. Let's take a walk through the site live to showcase everything you can find on the site with special attention to the remote and hybrid resources available to you this year that will definitely help as you're returning with our students for this current 2020 school year. Let's take a look now and log in. So when you get to the CKLA Professional Learning site, you'll see that you have an option to choose whether you're a teacher or a leader. I'm going to choose teacher. So I've clicked on I'm a teacher, and it's directing me right back to the site. So I see here that I've got an overview of a little bit of everything. If I'm looking for something specific that I received in a training or I know that I can find here, I can use this search menu and type something in and see if I can find it. You'll also see that there's a menu down the left-hand side that has a variety of different things for you to look at. So there's a great getting started guide here for K2 and 3-5 teachers. You see that we've got some remote and hybrid materials here, and we're going to come back to that in a second so I can show you some things for back to school. You also have a lot of other things here. So you've got instructional materials, routines, videos, supporting learners, images, and so forth. All of these are places that you can come back to or as a resource to continue your own professional learning and to find some resources that will help you as you guide through your CKLA journey. I wanted to spend a few minutes just to show you on some remote and hybrid learning resources that are new to this site. So I'm going to click on the planning resources, and within the planning resource, it's going to direct me to a variety of different things. In here, you can see that I can choose between the K2 resources or 3-5 resources. So right now, we're taking a look at sort of the overview of the planning resources. You'll see that we've got lots of office hours coming up, and I know that some of you have joined us for those already, so thank you so much for joining, and we hope that they've been helpful. We also are going to be including all of the recordings to those office hours here, so that way you can go back and watch them after you've registered. And then you'll see that we've got some planning resources here. So helping K1 and 2, how to plan for that first week of skills lessons, how to plan for that first week of knowledge lessons, an in-depth video that sort of gives you a step-by-step walkthrough of K2, and then also some additional videos around some exemplars of how to teach the CKLA lesson segments in a remote classroom setting. So you'll see there's a variety of different things here for you to look at for kindergarten, first, and second grade. You'll also see that you have some 3-5 remote hybrid planning resources here as well. So we've got an example for 3rd grade week 1, 4th grade week 1, and 5th grade will be coming soon as well. A video that sort of walks you through step by step, and then also some exemplars of actually lesson execution for Unit 1, Lesson 1 from 4th grade. Let's scroll back over to our landing page and take a look at the instructional resources for remote and hybrid learning. When this page opens up, you'll see that there are a lot of things here. K2 resources, 3-5 resources, the foundational skills boost information, and some parent resources. We're going to just do a quick walk so you know where everything is at on this page. You'll see that there's a great hybrid learning guide here for you. It's a file that will give you just sort of an overview of everything that Amplify has provided for Back to School 2020-2021. There's also an overview on the CKLA Hub, so some information that you've already learned about, but another place that you can go back to if you want to learn more information about the Hub. And then in here, you'll see that we've got some K2 resources. So we have all of the Knowledge Read Aloud recordings. This is where you'll be able to find them. They're being added weekly, and as you can see for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade, we already have domains 1, 2, and 3 available. You'll also see that the editable student activity books can be found here. Domain 1 is up for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade knowledge student activity books. And then down below, you'll see that for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, we have the editable student activity books that are available for Unit 1 for grade 3, and Unit 2 for grades 4 and 5 are available currently, and Unit 1 is coming by September 1st for grades 4 and 5. You'll also see that there's some information that will be coming soon around some new novel guides for grades 4 and 5. And also you can link straight to the Foundational Skills Boost from the Professional Learning site, as I stated earlier. That Foundational Skills Boost is designed for grades 1, 2, and 3 at the last 9 weeks of instruction from the previous grade. Below the Foundational Skills Boost, you'll see some parent and family resources, Skills at Home, and the Caregiver Hub. Hopefully that helps you sort of navigate through the professional learning site. There's lots of really great information there, and I can't stress enough to spend some time there, get familiar with what's there, search for some things there in that search bar, and don't hesitate to ask questions if you're not sure where to find something on that professional learning site. Chances are it's there. As we wrap up, I just wanted to thank you for spending some time with me to explore a lot of the changes and a lot of the updates that's happened between first edition and second edition, and also to explore some of the exciting new back-to-school enhancements for Amplify CKLA. As you're taking in all this information, please feel free to rewatch, jot down additional questions, or reach out to me personally with anything you'd like to know more about or would like to discuss further. My contact information is below, and I welcome you to reach out. Please know I'm here for you as well as the rest of my Amplify CKLA team, and will continue to learn alongside of you in this journey. Thanks for all that you do every single day for your students, and I hope you have a wonderful school year.